Here's my take on the whole religion thing, and also this is why, well, it's not why, it's yet another reason why Joe is an idiot. The religion of a criminal or a terrorist is irrelevant unless it's relevant. If you're robbing a bank because you want to rob a bank, it doesn't matter if you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim, or whatever. But if you're committing an act in the name of your religion or because of your religion, then yeah, it's relevant and should be reported.
Yeah, no, I said that.
No, you didn't. No, I believe that's what Kerry was saying.
Yes,
Kerry was trying to say that.
That's exactly what I was saying in those exact words.
Yeah.
I am brilliant.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, Kerry, you want to go have drinks this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. See how easy that is, Joe?
Easy.
See?
Learn something.
Yeah. This guy. Yeah. All right. Never mind.
Also, Joe, another reason you're an idiot. You said there's never any clamoring after something like an abortion clinic bombing about how we have to be worried about right-wing Christians or whatever. That's funny because I could have remembered back in April 2009, the Department of Homeland Security warned law enforcement agencies to look out for right-wing extremist groups, even though it had no specific information that any of those types of groups were planning any acts of violence.
Right, Andy. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to come on the show before you realize I just say things. They just come out of my mouth. The research only goes, I read the first few sentences of the story.
Right.
I got stuff to do.
Right. No, that's good because you can't tell at all.
Good.
Greg, mad cause disasters was the phrase you were looking for.
Yes, exactly. Also the name of my emo band. Yeah, we'll be performing at the Stoned Albatross.
Really?
Yeah, in Preston Hills over the weekend.
Is that West Virginia?
Yes, all Red Eye fans get in half off.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they have to take half off.
Yes, of course.
I was told that they were going to be charged extra, which I thought was very counterproductive. Yes.
They're charged extra unless they take half off.
Yes.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Cities being crazy. Masa, you really think that being surrounded by people of different races and religions makes you crazy and is the worst thing ever?
Yes.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. You know, I applaud your bravery.
Not being politically correct tonight.
No.
Letting it all hang out.
No. And look, let's be honest. Living in the country has stresses of its own. I saw that Winter's Bone movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not what I thought it would be, but still a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in the country, and there are some strange things that go on out there.
Absolutely.
Andy. Yeah. Well, no, that's the fun part. The strange thing is
So that's Chicago.
Yeah, it's a little no, it's but here's the thing. People talk about like the critters and stuff. I've never seen more animals in my life than in New York. The amount of rats in this city is incredible. It outnumbers the raccoons in any suburb.
But I thought the mob wives were in Jersey.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andy.
That's all right. That's all right.
But you're still having drinks.
Yep. Back to you, Greg.
Thank you, Andy.
Gotta go plan my date.
Yeah. You know what? Change the tie.
Take off your pants.
Dirty.
All right. So can you tell how good a person is by how handsome they are? Carrie Keegan discusses her new book, Ugly People Are Awful and Should Die.
Really?
Goodness, Carrie.
Really?
Yes. What do you have the time to write these
Terrible
books?
person.
Anyway, scientists have finally discovered time travel sex. And even better, it involves brine shrimp. I mean, too bad it involves brine shrimp. Why are we showing these women? Should you travel in time for a good time? Well, according to a new study using brine shrimp, having sex with partners from a different time can be deadly. Yes, deadly. Indeed, French researchers collected preserved brine shrimp eggs from various generations and then reanimated them with water. They found that females that mated with males from the past or future died off sooner than those that mated with their own generation. I think the only response to this is duh. So how about discussing this in our lightning round? Lightning round. Never get tired of that. Carrie, will this research discourage you from mating with any potential mates from the past and or present future?
No, but you know what? This story actually got me thinking. Is a whole other thing altogether. If Kyle Reese went back in time to have sex with Sarah Connor, and that's why she died early, then that changes everything.
That's
wow.
Right?
That's impressive.
Yeah, that is true. Wow, I didn't even think it totally changes all time travel movies, Joe. But this research won't be relevant really until we have the method of time travel.
Yeah, I agree. And
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it. It's scary enough having sex now. That's deadly. I don't need to go back in time, you know.
Yeah.
I brought the syphilis with me, but now I got the plague too.
Nothing better than a plague joke.
Right, yeah.
Masa, if you could sleep with any dude from the past or future, who would it be?
There's like a couple. So the first one is River Phoenix. I think he's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. I'm married.
Yeah, thanks for glooming it down, you know.
We'll add a couple more names after the show.
Bill,
I'll tweet them.
Phil, does it discourage you that Brine Shrimp are seeing more action than you?
Yes, but I'll also say this. I know why the female brine shrimp died, from disappointment. Because disappointment is exactly what I felt when I bought sea monkeys and learned that they were just brine shrimp.
What?
And that wasn't even a good picture of one.
No, you mean seahorses.
No.
No, sea monkeys are brine shrimp. And brine shrimp, and that, by the way, that picture we showed, that's not a good rendition. They're like this big, and they don't have crowns, and they don't have harps, and they don't have a kingdom. Sea monkeys are crap.
Do you think after sex, brine shrimp have like a float of shame? You know how, like, you know, when they're one night stands, or they just float home?
It said that they actually, the article said that they hold each other for a couple of days so that the other men can't get to the girl he just had sex with.
Oh, that's romantic.
I thought that was really nice.
Oh, that sounds romantic.
See-
That doesn't sound chauvinistic at all.
Yeah.
Abusive. Where do you think you're going?
You should try it once. Just once.
That sounds creepy to me.
Sounds like
You
that
are not a
Samuel
good lover,
Jackson
I can
movie
already
where he
tell.
chained her to the radiator.
Yes, thank you.
They should remake that movie, The Sea
She
Monkeys.
said I'm a bad lover because I don't want to hold the girl down afterwards and not let anybody talk to
I
her.
want you to
You
bite
will
the
not go
back
to
of
the
my neck.
All right. A new government study has found that Americans are gaining more free time, but are devoting most of it to leisure rather than learning new skills. And on average, Americans 15 or older spend about 4 hours working on weekdays, a decrease from last year. Mas, are we becoming the United States of sloth? Why is that?
I think because there's a lot of great television.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that true?
That's
a lot
actually
of good
makes
things
sense.
to watch.
There's a lot, but you know, there's just actually, it's a good point, Joe. We have a lot of things that we watch, period. Not just TV, but we go online. We're not doing anymore, we're watching.
Yeah, well, I'm just surprised that people are like that. This was like sort of a study, or people were surprised by it, because it's like, I don't understand. People are doing less. We're pumping them full of drugs that cause you to be lethargic. We're shoving 8 million channels into your house every day. It's like, yeah, this is what happens.
This
now.
is basically a diary of your day.
Yeah. Well, if you open my diary, it just says why. Every day, I just write that over.
That's really sad.
Yeah, Carrie, is that getting any sympathy out of you?
No.
No. Carrie, if we were working less, where's all this time going? Are we becoming the modern Rome? Are we just going to disappear?
No, here's the thing. I think self-gratification is an underrated art form. And you know what? I think all of that time that we spend alone
Is good.
is very good. Makes you ambidextrous at times. Works out certain muscles. They say we're not exercising, but I don't believe that.
I'm not even going to ask a follow-up question because I don't want to get in trouble. Bill, here's my thing. You read The Time Machine by H.G. Wells.
Of course, it's a tour de force.
It really is. Are we turning into that creature that he discovers at the end of the book? Those amorphous, slow-moving creatures that can't do anything.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I feel like every time we have one of these studies, and we have them a lot, it should just come from the America Sucks Council. Because that's the end result of all of this. We are lethargic, we're lazy. I don't know about you, but I'm too lazy to self-gratificate myself after the show. Self-gratificate, yeah.
Self-gratificate.
Maybe the problem with me is that I don't know how to say it.
Yes.
I gotta learn how to do that first. But yeah, we're a terrible country.
Al Gore is promoting fewer children to curb pollution, saying in a speech this week, quote, "One of the things we could do about it is to change the technologies to put out less of this pollution, to stabilize the population. And one of the principal ways of doing that is to empower and educate girls and women." The takeaway, he has 4 children, but you shouldn't have any. Masa, isn't he saying that like now that he has all his kids, you can't have any?
I think he is saying that, and I think he's also saying that women that are less educated perhaps end up having, 15 kids instead of just 2.
Yeah, he hates poor children. That's what he's saying. The big, large, angry, bitter man hates poor children, Joe. Am I right?
And minorities.
And minorities.
He dressed this statement up with a lot of fancy language, but Al, I get what you're saying. These broads need to learn how to shut their legs once in a while.
Wow.
You're not helping your cousin.
Gary,
What?
Gary, I'm sure you're quite impressed by that. Isn't it true that environmentalists just prefer the earth over people?
No, here's the thing about this. If you go, this is like what men have been fearing their entire lives, like since the beginning of time.
Al Gore?
Smarter women who don't want to have sex.
Come on.
It's like the nightmare of all mankind.
Look at
How many times are women going to impose that argument? We are not afraid of that at all.
The not sex part?
We're not afraid of the not sex part. We're not afraid of the smarter women. Like that's that's something that, to me, if you're going to pose that argument, it hurts women more than it helps them. You sound like Fredo in The Godfather. I'm smart too.
I gotta take a break.
I think we got a little thing called Kismet right here.
I know. They're either going to marry each other or kill each other. Check out our new Red Eye podcast. There's a new one every day. Catch them on foxnewsradio.com and click on Red Eye. What did we talk about? Can't remember, but it was funny. So last night I told you how much I love strudel. That's my German personal trainer. But I also love charity. So let's get to my latest piece of art. It's been a while. This is called Craig T. Nelson Thinking About a Unicorn. The key fact here is every time you think good thoughts about a unicorn, somewhere a baby smiles. If you think a bad thought about a unicorn, an elderly person falls down a flight of stairs. Whoa. That's funny, Masa. You disgust me.
Wow, you are a monster.
Oh, a terrible woman.
What is with you?
All right, you know what? I forgot to add a new bid in here, but I think there's a bid. The high bid right now is $200 from, just give me somebody's name.
Goom Gabblethlee.
Yes, Goom Gabblethlee. So the high bid right now is $200 for this piece of art. Now this is the last, gee whiz, you got to get a bid in tonight in order to win. You can't wait for tomorrow. So if you want to win this, you got to bid more than $200. Email your offer to redeye@foxnews.com to be considered. And as you know, all the money this week goes to TAPS, a nonprofit group that provides grief counseling and support programs to families of fallen soldiers. You can go to taps.org to learn more. And let's not forget the real message. It's not about charity. It's about me. Did you know that I can bench press 315 pounds? I'd like to see a charity do that. It can't. I rule charities. You don't. Okay. We'll close these out with a post-game wrap-up from TV's Andy Levy to see clips of recent shows. Go to foxnews.com/redeye. Coming up tomorrow on the next Red Eye, return appearances from the great comedian Adam Carolla. Writer Allison Rosen is back, and the great Reason's Nick Gillespie. You just know those guys read the articles. Time to go to TV's Andy Levy for the post-game wrap-up.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, Carrie, is it true that your morning show, your VH1 morning show, Big Morning Buzz Live, is the best morning show to watch after your walk of shame?
Yes, because it turns the walk of shame into the stride of pride.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
How can you do that while watching the show, though?
On your little moped, on the elliptical thing.
Oh.
Stride of pride.
Okay, so I guess I had sex
Sweat
in the
out
gym.
the beer. Yeah, yes.
All right.
Mossy, you take a little trip recently?
I did. I just got back from spending 3 days in the woods, and it's great. Relieves the pressures of the city.
Sure.
And you can go to masamasa.com to find out where I went and what you should take and why camping is so wonderful.
None of those damn minorities in the woods, right?
No.
Terrible. Yeah. You know, Andy, somebody's going to take that out of context, and she's going to get in trouble for these jokes.
That's her problem.
Whatever, Joe.
I don't really see how it affects me.
Yeah, that's true. You're selfish.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Joe, any final thoughts?
Yes, Andy, my apologies to the audience for my lack of reading, referring to women as Fredo, and my just overall general me being me.
All right.
JoeDeRosaComedy.com.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Horrible. Just horrible.
Just a foul individual.
Bad person.
Yeah.
Masa, good job. Bill, Carrie, Joe, always a pleasure. That was a very unusual and delightful show. And I shall see you people tomorrow.